Hi guys, it's Danica Christine, and as this is a travel and expat channel, a lot of people come on here and they kind of wonder, how do I afford to travel so much? And I get a lot of these kind of questions, so I thought I'll make a video and spill all of my secrets. If you're generally interested in topics like traveling the world, living abroad, then please make sure to subscribe as I make new videos about that every single week. Now, I'll first talk about how I afford traveling so much now, but then I'll also later in the video explain how I used to do it in the past, because some of these strategies I used in the past might be working better for you than what I'm doing now, because what I'm doing now is a little bit unique. As you may know, I am a humanitarian aid worker, which means I get to live and work in developing countries around the world. But mind you, these are not your typical holiday destinations. They're countries like the Congo, Central African Republic, and the like. It's not Thailand. However, one good thing about this kind of job is that your kind of vacation time is quite generous. So most of the time, like every 3 months, you're meant to go on a 2-week holiday. And that's kind of how I build in travel while I'm working. I do want to mention that humanitarian aid, believe it or not, it is a minimum wage job for highly educated people. I'm not joking, actually. I am currently making minimum wage by German standards. It is not a lot of money, but hey, who is in this job for the money? Not anybody, really. But while you're only making minimum wage, a good thing is that your employer usually provides for food and accommodation, and you don't really have any expenses while you're working. So even though you're only making minimum wage, you get to save all that money. And then once the assignment is over, I basically take that money and spend part of it on travel. Like another part goes obviously towards retirement, but a good portion of it is spent on travel. That is how I currently do it, but it might be difficult to replicate that for you. So I'm going to tell you how I used to do it in the past, and it might just be so much more achievable for you. Before I started living so much in developing countries, although I have done that also in the past, I lived in Switzerland for 3 years, and there I worked for a humanitarian organization at their headquarters. Salaries are very, very high in Switzerland by any standards, basically, other than maybe Norwegian. I was able to travel throughout the year, and after 3 years living in Switzerland, I had a good amount of money set aside for retirement, but I had also a lot of savings, which is meant for, travel and spending it on fun things. So what I did is I quit my job and I traveled for a year. But that might also not be an option for you. So here is what I did before that. And that was me as a broke student. Like, I was so broke, like let's not get into it. But I still got to travel a lot, because I got, for example, a scholarship to study in Prague for a semester, or I did an internship abroad. I did all these things and I poured all my money towards travel. And if I just went backpacking, which I did during that time as well, I would just go to like really cheap countries and travel on the cheapest possible budget. The moral of the story is you can make travel happen. No matter your situation, you can have jobs that take you around the world. You can live in a country where you earn a good salary and save that up and travel then. Or you can even be a broke student and go just to really cheap countries close by so the airfare isn't too expensive. There's always a way to do it if you really want to travel. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.